Hi, I'm Stephanie Leigh. This is my childhood development internship presentation. So, how I found and arranged my internship, I wanted to find a job that I could also use as my internship. So, I looked at a lot of online job boards for openings in childcare centers and preschools. Indeed.com was the main one that I used that I had good results from. I also looked at company websites for different child care centers in my area and found some openings through those. Once I found places that had openings, I printed off resumes along with the internship requirements and dropped them off at the different centers. And I always made sure that there was somebody there who would be able to act as my supervisor. I eventually ended up being hired at Child Time Learning Center as a part-time floater. So my responsibilities in this position were basically to assist wherever needed in whatever capacity was needed. So changing diapers, picking up toys, serving food, setting up for naps, getting children to sleep, cleaning up messes, doing activities, reading books, singing songs, etc. So most of the time I came midday, gave teachers their lunch breaks, took over for them during that hour. And then I would also send teachers home in the afternoon, take over their class for the rest of the day, and then close down the classroom at night. How I benefited the site, I implemented developmentally appropriate activities, which a lot of the teachers weren't aware of developmentally appropriate practice. I also made the director aware of some unhygienic practices that were taking place, especially with diapering procedures. Um, Sometimes the changing table wasn't being cleaned and sanitized properly. Sometimes gloves weren't being changed in between children. So I brought that to the director's attention and some changes were made. Mainly, I was willing to be flexible and help out wherever needed, which oftentimes meant coming in early and staying late, and that was definitely very much appreciated. How I benefited from this placement, I was able to gain experience working with different ages of children in a licensed facility. I also got a sense of how child care centers operate, which was valuable to me. I gained a greater appreciation for the knowledge that I've acquired while pursuing this degree, and it also has increased my confidence in my own abilities and my potential to contribute at a child care facility in a group environment. So a connection between my coursework and my internship experience that I found useful was to find and address causes of misbehavior instead of just dealing with misbehavior afterwards. So some things that I looked at is, are behavioral expectations age appropriate? Is there something happening directly before or after the unwanted behavior that could be a contributing factor? Are there underlying needs not being met? A lot of misbehavior that we had in the toddler classroom were the children turning on the water in the sink or the water fountain, playing with the water, splashing it out of the sink, dispensing the soap and spreading that all over the floor, which got to be a big problem because children were slipping and falling. So one of the things that I did was plan a lot of sensory activities. So shaving cream, soap, water, paint, um, even something simple if they were kind of starting to get antsy, I would spray a solution of soap and water on the table that they could just rub around with their hands. And they would stand and do that for 10-15 minutes. So that solved a lot of problems. Would I recommend this placement? I wouldn't recommend Child Time, at least not this particular branch. It is a nationwide company, so they have them all over the US. Um, there were a lot of federal regulations and company policies that weren't being met and weren't enforced, and no one seemed to care. It was also kind of disorganized and chaotic. It was just not a pleasant environment to work in. I also didn't really feel supported from management. If there were a lot of children in the classroom and something crazy was happening and you just needed an extra body there to kind of help out, I didn't feel like I could get that. I would, however, recommend a floater position. I think it was a really good chance to find out what age classroom I like to work in. in that environment. And so that was really helpful to me. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your own internship.